Early voting begins tomorrow, and Election Day is November 3rd. And during that time, Houston voters will select a new mayor for the Bayou City. Based on recent polls, the top 7 candidates in no particular order include Sylvester Turner, Adrian Garcia, Chris Bell, Bill King, Stephen Costello, Ben Hall, and Marty McVeigh. We've invited all of the candidates to join us this month, and the one joining our roundup panel in the newsroom this hour is former Harris County Sheriff Adrian Garcia. He'll be fielding questions from our panel, which includes our senior legal analyst Chris Tritico, our news analyst Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. Good morning again, guys.
Good morning.
Thanks to Adrian for being here. We'll let you guys take it away.
Thank you very much, Adrian. Thank you so much for being here. I know you were up late last night at another debate, up early this morning, so thank you very much. You had been polling second behind Sylvester for a long time now. Bill King has kind of closed that gap. And they've been, all the other candidates have been attacking you for a month. You and Bill King traded a whole lot of tweets last night directly attacking each other. And one of the things that they attack you on is your time as sheriff, saying that you didn't do enough to bring down the crime rate and you had problems in the jail. How do you respond to that?
Well, listen, you know, when you take over the largest sheriff's office in the state of Texas and the third largest in America, and you do it during the time of the Great Recession, and walking into a sheriff's office that was already in the hole about $40 million just in overtime. You had an overcrowded jail where we were shipping people out to the state of Louisiana at a cost of tens of millions of dollars a year. Look, I'm proud of the record that I accomplished. Look, not only did I go from $40 million in overtime in 2009 to $6 million earlier this year, not only did I reduce the jail population, we're no longer overcrowded when I stepped down, but I saved hundreds of millions of dollars during the course of my administration. If you look at my first complete budget, it's less than the budget that I left with, and I had more people. That's efficiency, that's cost savings, that is savings to the taxpayers while we still kept people safe.
Jackie?
Okay, so I don't know if you look at social media when you're campaigning. I know I always caution elected officials not to do that, or campaigners. There's something going on social media claiming that that you've been misleading potential voters about an endorsement from the Chronicle, and that your endorsement was, you did not get endorsed by the Chronicle, but somehow you're conveying that you got endorsed. Do you want to clarify that?
Well, I'm not saying that the Chronicle has endorsed me in this election. I would have loved to have had their endorsement, proud to have had their endorsements in the past. But what I'm simply speaking of is my fiscal management, and that is it's very clearly depicted on my ad, October of 2012, that the Chronicle spoke to my fiscal management capabilities, my success. It's not saying 2015. It's clearly dated.
And as a follow-up, as Chris mentioned, it seems that you and Bill King are neck and neck for second place. How do you want to convey what do you think the message will be to get you in the runoff with, supposedly with Sylvester? Because tradition has shown that it's usually a moderate or a liberal versus a more conservative, and you and Sylvester seem to be of the same cloth at times. So what do you think the last push your message will be to get into that runoff?
Well, look, Houston is facing tough fiscal challenges, and people are looking for a mayor that can balance the budget, create efficiencies. I'm not in support of lifting the ref cap. I'm not in support of modifying the ref cap until we can demonstrate to citizens that we can save their money. And I think that's one clear distinction between Representative Turner and I. Coupled with the fact that I'm about pension reform, coupled with the fact that I'm for local control, and Representative Turner is not. So it's going to be about really sustaining Houston's future and our quality of life, and it's all about the resources that we have. People have already given us more money for Rebuild Houston, and it's been poorly implemented. And I want to rebuild so that we can reinvest in our infrastructure, just like we told the citizens that we would. We told them it'd be worse first. That doesn't seem to be the case. It's lacking transparency. So we're going to give it some light of day, if you will, so that people know how it's being used. But I think those are clear distinctions, and I believe that's what the citizens are looking for.
Early vote starts tomorrow, and by all analysis, that this will be a very low turnout race. You were talking about something, but campaigning 24 hours. What does that mean?
24-hour campaigning means that, look, I learned that as a council member when I worked alongside Mayor White, that sometimes you don't get a whole lot of sleep. I learned as a sheriff, sometimes you don't get any sleep. And obviously, as the mayor of Houston, sometimes that is the case as well. But, you know, Houston's an incredible city. We're not an 8 to 5 town. We're a 24/7, 365-day city. There are Houstonians out there 24 hours, or let's say in the wee hours of the morning, that are simply working hard and playing by the rules and just working to lift the city up. And I want to, you know, campaign. I want to encourage turnout. I want people to know that whether you're on night shift or evening shift, no matter if you're out there in the emergency rooms or in a call center somewhere, yeah, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you as your mayor because I want to make sure that you know that my campaign is about ensuring your success and making sure that, you know, Houston continues to be a business magnet. So it's going to be exciting to go out there and interact with folks who are keeping the city alive and strong and moving 24 hours a day.
You said that you're not in, I'm sorry, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, I was just saying, so are you trying to underscore people so that the early vote period, that they have multiple opportunities to vote?
Yes, and reminding them, yeah, look, you're working night shift, you get off at 7, you can step into a voting booth and go vote. So it's all about making sure they know that then there's an election, even though they're on night shift, and give me just a little bit more energy, but go out and vote.
We're almost out of time. You said that you're not in favor of lifting the revenue cap. All projections say if we don't modify or lift that revenue cap, the city's not going to have enough income to continue paying the current bills, let alone the pension problem that we're facing. How are you going to manage that with that revenue cap?
Well, first of all, you look for efficiencies. When I stepped in as a sheriff, you got to remember that we had $40 million in overtime. We had a jail that was overcrowded. It was all about strategic policies and management that allowed us to reduce our expenditures. And so that's what I believe the next mayor's got to do, is look at those cost drivers, lift the hood, as I've often said, find where there's inefficiencies, deploy technology, redeploy personnel so that we can save that money.
Adrian Garcia, thank you very much for being here. That's all we have time for today. Sally, we'll be back next week wrapping up the hottest stories of the week.
Good to hear from you. Thank you so much, guys, and thanks to Adrian Garcia for stopping by as well. We're going to send it over to Lindsay.